Welcome to the CCO Pre-Show for episode 456.
456?
456.
Holy shit.
That's it. We're brought to you by the wonderful patrons at patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
Whether they like it or not.
And, well, they must have because they stuck around for you and producer Gary for 2 weeks.
That was great. We had a great time.
You know what? I did enjoy the show for the first time in, I think, 8-point-something years, more than 8.5 years. I got to take a couple weeks off, not because I wanted to, but because I knew that if I let my body heal, I could trust Uncle Brando and producer Gary to carry the torch.
And we did, and we only burned down that one dumpster.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good.
We're back. I'm actually excited because we're here to talk about Duskmorn this week and next week and probably the next week after that.
Yeah, well, probably I have it planned. We're going to do this week, then a bunch next week, and then we'll be on to new stuff after that.
Oh, yeah, because there's going to be 5 new sets by then.
Well, there is the new, what is it supposed to be legal for 6 years or something? Super duper mega set is the next one?
Magic Foundations?
Yes.
I'm kind of intrigued by that, and I think that that's a good time to get producer Gary in.
Yeah.
That'd be easy for him, because, he's not that smart.
And we have had several suggestions come in for Gary's first Magic deck.
Yep.
So keep them coming. Okay. Some of them have been pretpretty neat. One of them, there's like a legendary Boros one, like legendary, everything's legendary. We've got an Indoraptor, Jund one.
Okay.
And a couple other ones have been shipped in. So
yes.
I'm into it. I'm interested to see what other people are going to come up with.
Okay.
So if you have lists or something you think would be good for beginners and Boros and be good for making sure Ryan always loses first on Sidewalk Slam, send him in. Just because he only has one leg, it doesn't mean we're going to show any mercy.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, okay, and speaking of leg, I said to Brando that I was going to show him my new X-ray picture on the air for the first time. He has never seen it, and he'll look at the X-ray, and while he's reacting to it live, I'll do some of the things that I've missed doing over the past couple weeks. So let me get a little zoom in here. So this is my leg.
Are we gonna drink a beer? Because you haven't done that for a while, hey?
There's the picture of my leg. And I'll start off by saying big thanks to Jason Taylor. He's our Patreon winner from last week or the week before's pre-show. He's been a patron. He wins the booster pack game. So Jason, when you watch, when you listen, hit us up, commandercookout@gmail.com. Let us know that you won, your address so I don't have to look it up again on Patreon. And if you want a CCO sticker pack, CCO token pack, or crummy old pack of magic cards. No. Those are my staples. Oh. Those are out now. That's why I got the Band-Aids on my knee.
Did you bring some for me?
No, they don't let you keep those things anymore.
What?
No.
What the
So like a biohazard, bio-waste type thing. We don't want to be frickin' like giving each other rad counters or anything like that.
Yeah, but we all use the same scalpel on each other, don't we? Everybody shares the same piece of dental floss.
Yes, and then we use it for underwear after. Like, yeah. I was going to say something incriminating, but I decided not to.
Did you break this bone too?
Very, very much I broke that bone too,
so yes. You broke both of them?
Oh, yeah.
You broke your whole leg?
My leg was lucky that it wasn't hanging off the rest of me.
Why doesn't this one have a screw in it?
He's talking about my fibula up high by my knee. I also broke my fibula because it didn't need to be surgically repaired. And because it wasn't like in 2 pieces and I'm already non-weight bearing for the next fucking 6 weeks, it will heal on its own accord. I just have to be careful not to bump the outside of my leg because there's a bone that's partially broken in half there.
Excellent.
But that one though, man, broke all the way.
That's because there's a hole in it and there's a bunch of staples and there's some screws in there. That's really cool. The screws are bigger than I thought they'd be.
The rod inside my bone, far bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Lots of people are queasy. That's why I keep it wrapped or I don't talk about it unless somebody asks about it, because some people, like my mom, she almost hit the floor when I was telling her about it. She had to go and lean by the sink and breathe heavy, you know, like on the cartoons where they breathe into a paper bag.
Yeah.
Like that.
Man,
Yeah.
I have a jar of teeth at my house. Nothing makes me queasy.
Ooh, I don't want to know.
We should bring that sometime.
Whose teeth?
Several people's teeth.
Oh, are any of them yours?
No.
Ooh, that's
Dude,
even worse.
They're from back in the day when they made fillings out of lead, so they're all green and blue, and they smell kind of bad.
What do you do with them? Use them for like whiskey stones? You put them in the freezer and then use them as reusable ice cubes after?
well,
That's some Duskmorn shit.
I just have them.
Why would you have somebody's teeth?
Well, it's many somebody's teeth. It's not like one somebody's
That makes
teeth.
it worse. That doesn't make it better.
Maybe I'll bring it for the next show.
Please don't.
Why?
What if we go to jail?
Why'd we go to jail? If we go to jail, we could use the teeth to buy smokes.
No, we could use the teeth as somebody else's dental records and we'll never be incarcerated.
Boo. See, we're so smart.
Both sides of my brain, right?
Man, we are brilliant.
So we are talking about Duskmorn today, and I've got the abilities up. I want to tease them a little bit, just to kind of wet my whistle.
Okay.
Of
Ease
magic.
yourself back into
Yes.
to doing this. Okay.
Yes, like pre-stretch, lots of lube.
Yes. And we start with these cards that I have not read because they're sideways and fuck 'em.
The rooms. These are our first split card permanents. Did you know that? You don't care. They're rooms. You cast either or. We'll talk about them on the show. That's number one.
Do you think there's going to be a token that's one of those ones that you tear in half that's a door on each
Oh,
half?
I hope that so much now that you said that. I was just going to use dice or markers or something. But I want it to be a door. And like you take one half of the door off.
Yeah.
And then it's unlocked.
That's the open one.
I bet you they have that and everybody's like just face palming and being like, Ryan and Brando, you idiots.
Well,
like,
I don't think we've seen any of the tokens yet. I don't think. Unless we have. I
if
don't
they
care.
do, I want that to be a thing.
The point is they're an enchantment. One side does a thing, and then there's a significantly higher costed one, in most cases, on the other side that does something more biggerer, and then you can pay that later to unlock that room, and then it's 2 enchantments at once.
Yeah, we'll talk about some of the subtleties of that because there's actually some interesting things that'll make you go, huh? That's what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. I got the article up.
Yeah.
We've got Manifest Dread.
Which is manifest, but you can also mill a card.
Mill a card. I like that guy. He pay to tap and it gives you mana.
They couldn't just have manifest. They couldn't just do that.
No, because it's dreadful.
Couldn't just do that again. You got to do it differently.
I like
Might as well call it mega manifest.
I was just gonna say, for the exception of Megamorph, which I think is just uncreative and didn't have to be there, I like that this exists because generally I like the subtle variations on the same thing when it's the same thing. Right? Like when you say everything's kicker, so like nothing's kicker, that's not what I'm talking about. But Manifest, where you flip over the top card of a library and it's a 2/2 face down card, and then if it's creature, you turn it up for its mana cost. That's Manifest.
That's what this is.
But
Except you also mill a card.
You look at the top 2, mill one, manifest the other. And if it's a creature, you can creature it.
It's probably because somebody's kid, like, I don't like manifest. Sometimes I get a spell and not a creature. I hate it.
I think,
That's why they did this.
I think for that reason, it's better for when we want to manifest our own guy.
And if we don't get to manifest some other shit in the future, I'm going to be real mad. I want to manifest doubt. I want to manifest destiny.
Oh, yes.
I want to
yes.
manifest success. I want to manifest all that shit. That's manifest success. You get 2 gold tokens in addition to.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, you get like something gives you treasure, manifest treasure. Yeah. But it's got to be face down. So it's like finding somebody's wallet and you're like, oh, please, let there be money in it. And then you open it and there's 2 treasure tokens.
Yes.
Yes.
I like gold tokens better because they're better.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. And then some guy finds it like outside the gas station that you're at and says, hey, this guy in this wallet looks like, did you lose your wallet? And you go, oh yeah, I changed in the bathroom when I got here. Did you find my wallet? He's like, yeah, there's no money in it. And there wasn't because I was freaking broke. No, speaking for a friend. Yeah. I like Manifest Dread because like it makes it better for us when we manifest. But they can, because it makes it better for your opponent, they can put like an upside, like a mega upside on something that has Manifest Dread. Right?
I guess so.
It opens up new and interesting kind of things that they can do, right?
Unwanted Remake is what that gave us. It was a good card.
unwanted remake. I was gonna say, is that like that's like the Ring 2?
No, that's like
The Ring 6. Probably that exists.
That's the Psycho remake with Vince Vaughn, where they did a shot-for-shot remake of the movie, except it had Vince Vaughn in it.
I like that movie.
That's like watching something you really, really enjoy, just a lot, but you have your eyelids stapled to your forehead the whole time. So it's just not as much fun because Vince Vaughn is in it. Vince Vaughn, the human equivalent of stapling your own eyeballs to your forehead.
Oh.
I hate that guy.
You know who I hate? And this is probably an unpopular opinion.
Tell me.
Can't stand him, but I know you can't stand him either. Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that guy can fuck off.
He can eat a whole bag of dicks.
Probably can.
Probably.
Right? Probably eat it real fast, too.
Yeah.
If you pay him enough and he can go,
and scream and cry, and it's a whole thing. I don't like him style. No, not good.
Survival is
Survival.
The next thing.
This is, what do they call these keyword abilities? It's italicized and then long dash, and then it tells you what it does.
Yeah.
But all the things that have survival start like this. Okay. At the beginning of your second main phase, something, something, something. Oh, no.
No, if this creature is tapped.
If it's tapped, yeah. So it attacked and then survived combat.
Yes, that's why it's called survival. I like that.
Yes, that's a clever one, and I like abilities that tell you what to do without like giving it away,
Yeah.
right? And I like giving something with survival a tap ability, like with an equipment or an enchantment, and farming that if you can.
We'll just put it in with a vehicle.
Ooh, any dinosaurs with survival in this set? Probably not. Probably not. So that's another one. That's fine.
But some of those are pretty cool, and I do like those.
Yeah. Next one.
Eerie is keyworded. What is it?
Enchantress.
But it also
Enchantress.
has the just that it's not just Enchantress. It also goes off when you open a room.
Enchantress with upside.
Yeah.
That's.
Enchantress Flush is Eerie.
I'm sure we were all looking for that.
That means when an enchantment comes into play, draw a card.
Yes. Yeah, and the wizard's abilities article has a new crab on it.
Scrabbling Skull Crab.
Scrabbling Skull Crab. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, target player mills 2 cards.
Sure.
So put it in your Enchantress mill decks, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what if I could just infinitely bounce an enchantment? And then I mill you. And then my Enchantress deck's a mill deck.
There is a...
And a crab deck. Man, so many ideas.
There are some enchantments in here that would work with.
Fuck yeah, there is.
In blue, even. Is Enchanted Evening the thing that turns your enchantments into dudes? Is that what that card does?
Enchanted Evening is a card?
Yeah.
I'm sure it does that.
There is a card that turns all your enchantments into dudes, and we're going to talk about that later.
Sure. Our last
also-
one, we've got Impending. And this is kind of like Suspend, but in like the enchantment kind of world.
Yes.
And Impending 4, just as an example,
This card we're looking at.
means if you cast this spell for its impending cost, it enters with 4 time counters on it. I like that they use time counter, not like doom counter or impending counter. Like I like how they used something that we already know.
Yes.
So it works with the Doctor Who stuff. We talk a lot about like sets coming and kind of feeding into the next set and the next set.
You want to be able to use your old stuff with new stuff.
Yes, exactly. Backwards compatibility, they call that in the gaming world, right?
That's truth.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
See, so if you use the Command Door, that's the door commander that they
Yep.
came out with, the Command Door, you'll probably never get any new cards for that. But if you're
But
playing something with
it-
time counters, aha.
That triggers on enchantments ETB though too.
Oh no, that's the keyword, not the Command Door.
Oh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it in a week or so. Anyways, enters battlefield, 4 time counters on it. At the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter. Once the last one is removed, it is not a creature.
Important that they come off at the end of your turn.
Yes,
Not the beginning, like with the time counter on a suspended card.
Yes, and important that when you cast it for its impending cost, it's a lower casting cost, I think, exclusively.
Yep.
And it is not a creature, so it doesn't give you the benefits of attacking and blocking, but you get it at a discounted rate, but you got to wait for it. So, like, what's more important? But it's harder to kill, right?
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes the enchantment itself is actually pretty good, too. Like, the one that we're reading off the thing is Overlord of the Hauntwoods. It's a 5/5...
6/5.
6/5, sorry, for 5. Or it can come in for 3, and it can just be the enchantment. And what it does is whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you get a tapped colorless land token called Everywhere that is every basic land type.
That's good. It's a mana rock producer.
It's a really shitty land.
Yeah, like the card is fine. I think the best thing that these are going to have going for them is that they're enchantments and creatures when they're like in your hand or in your library.
Yeah.
So if you've got an Enlightened Tutor or a Worldly Tutor, like you could find it based on it being a creature or a land, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so these have a lot of versatility, and the last time we saw these was like in Theros.
The creature enchantments or the
Creature enchantments. Is that the
Yes.
last time we saw them?
en masse like this, yeah, because there's lots and lots of them in this set.
Yeah.
Also of note, there's a bunch of other enchantment creatures in the set that when they die, if they were creatures, they come back to play as enchantments. And that wasn't keyworded, but I kind of lumped that one in with impending, where it's like
The glimmers.
yeah, they show up and then they eat shit and then they come back as the enchantments. Those cards are cool, man.
Yeah, I like
those ones.
I like how they come back as like a different thing instead of just coming back with a finality counter on it, because we can manipulate finality counters or take them off or move them or proliferate or copy them. But this, like the glimmers that come back as an enchantment version of themselves, give you different ETB, different utility, harder to kill or easier to kill depending on what your opponents are doing. There's lots of little subtle, clever stuff that I want to a little bit pick your brain on in here. Some of it's from like a card design and gameplay standpoint. Some of it's because you get all the references and I don't. And some of it's just like is so much packed into here that they're kind of just skimming the surface and not getting enough what I call topic penetration as I do this with my hand.
I would suggest that they are.
That you are.
I think they are. I think that they're doing. There's a lot of references and a lot of stuff, but based on just me not knowing the story, this is why we have
Commander Munchies. Yep.
Without listening to that, I have no goddamn idea what's happening here.
It's something about taking place in a house.
I know it's a house.
Is it one house?
One big house is the whole. It's not a planet, even though there's aliens now. They're not planets. They're whole planes, but it's a whole house. But it has oceans and trees and mountains, but they're furnaces and drips from the ceiling. I don't really understand what's happening.
Drips from the ceiling. Don't Google that.
So I don't know. I feel like they just really wanted to do like a House of Horrors set, and so they just thought of an idea and then they did it.
Hey, I don't mind that though. It's like you step into the house and it's like going to a different dimension. Kind of feels like little Stephen King-y to me, doesn't it?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Well, okay, this much I do know.
You're thinking House 2, the second story.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nor should you.
Okay. This I know that we can agree on.
Yeah, okay.
This I know because I know you.
I'm skeptical.
Okay. We got aliens in this set now.
Yep.
Whether you're happy about them or no.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
We got cowboys in a couple sets ago.
Yeah, cowboys. I'm into that, yep.
Can't we just have cowboys versus aliens the set now? Can we have that? Can we just have that?
Okay, I would like that.
Yes, I would like that.
If they just went back after this house is straightened out, if all the aliens ran to Thunder Junction and tried to invade there.
Yes, 310 to Thunder Junction.
That would be sweet. Yeah, I would.
Yes.
I would probably hang out with that set. I would do damage on that set. Much more than Thunder Junction, which I'm pretty sure we all forgot about already.
It had like 4 good cards in it. I don't know what they were, but here we are.
I got to scream, in a cowboy hat! And now, for the first time in my life, I own a cowboy hat, which is pretty cool.
There you go, even though if it's just made out of felt or foam or whatever.
No, it's a real cowboy hat, and it's red, and it's very cowboy-y. I could go to the rodeo.
Cowboy-y.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could wear spurs on my sneakers and wear my hat.
There you go. Okay, well.
And everybody would respect me.
456, CCO, I'm back. We're here, wherever we are today. I don't know yet. I haven't looked behind us. And we're about to cover some Duskmorn stuff. I'm excited. You're him-ho.
I'm here too.
I'm hoping that I can kind of get you amped up for the next couple weeks of Duskmorn coverage, because there's legends I like, cards I like, top-down kind of themes I like. Hit our theme song?
Pip Cheerio.